That's been our shortlist category. It's just been what are other Michigan grocers and potentially Spartan Supply grocers that would be interested in coming into this site because they would be very easily transitionable to those tenants. So that's been our shortlist primarily.
Okay, I was just thinking in terms of anything we should have in our minds as a context for the discussion, so we know that you've already got some ideas about what might be most feasible versus what, so we're not just pulling.
Those are really the only thing that's feasible in the short term. So the long term, if we were looking at other categories of tenants, that's when we would need to get a better handle on the building, the incentive tools, the condition for the potential tenant, and that would be a long-term goal, would be to have something other than a grocer.
Super. And very last, I think you mentioned that the lease was going to be up soon. Do we know when, or is that not quite?
There was years left on the lease.
Oh, yeah.
And so the lease isn't going to expire soon. It's going to take some time to legally nullify it and separate it from the building owner, the property owner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When we talked about it before, we were so concerned, and like Regulate was concerned, when the big anchor group went out, would they be able to survive? We've been concentrating on the L&L property, but in coming up with thoughts and listening to people talk, if there's other people that's interested, at one time I think it was Gone Wired, was thinking about moving into the bank, the building next to the bank. At one time there was a insurance company was in there. If there's somebody, if you load up some of the other smaller ones where the old video store was at, would that be of an incentive to help a grocer want to come in? I mean, we're so concentrated on L&L, if there's other businesses that might step in and help fill that out, shouldn't we be looking at that too? Because it seems like that would be a benefit to whoever wants to move into the L&L area.
I can actually tell you, I know that these meetings are primarily focused on finding an anchor tenant, but we on the back end are doing that. When we met with Mr. Singh the first time, we made sure to ascertain all of the vacancies in the building, exactly what that square footage would be, what the rest of the property looks like, not just the space that L&L vacated, and we are using that in our recruitment package that we're sending out, is all the available square footage, all the available storage space, everything that the building itself has to offer, not just the space that L&L left behind. So we're looking at all the possibilities for filling some of the smaller spaces, perhaps expanding that kind of anchor space into even a little bit more, if that would be, you know, an incentive for someone to come in. So we are looking at the building as a whole on our end. And if anyone has any other input or hears of interest from smaller tenants, please don't hesitate to call. You know, we're happy to